trusted my friend when I told my friend the secret. He helped me with my work. He helped me when I was hurt. We trust the head boy and a head girl. Why do we have to trust you?
You have to trust us since we listen to the children, giving us more responsibility.
I place my trust on my teacher. Clayton, why do we need to trust teachers?
Children need to trust teachers because we look after their safety, make sure they're happy and well looked after. We also are trusted with educating children from being in reception right up to year 6 so that they understand all our curriculum and can do lots of things in maths and English and TOEIC.
Well, Kayla, I think the children need to place their trust in me so that I will keep them safe and that I will make sure that the children get the best education that they can, that the teachers will plan work that will help the children to learn really very well. And I think the children also place their trust in me to make sure that their time at school is a really exciting time for them. I think parents place their trust in me to make sure that I will keep their children really safe, to make sure that we will help the children on their spiritual journey and to help them to grow closer to God, and that I will make sure that they can achieve the best that they can in our school. And I think that the teachers place their trust in me so that I will look after them and support them and help them to become the very best teachers that they can. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, Kayla.
School that we have to place trust in others. We place our trust in many people in our local community, such as doctors, firefighters, police officers.
Place trust in our local MP. Year 5 visited Parliament this week and interviewed Dennis Skinner.
We placed our trust in MPs when we elected them. Mrs. Skinner, what does trust mean to you?
Well, trust to me takes me back to my days in the coal mine, underground at Park House and Blackpool Colliery. Why? Because every single day we'd want to know whether a miner was going to smoke down the pit. Because if he did, we'd not represent him. And that happened on a few occasions. And if you remember, there was a big fire at Cresswell Colliery in 1951 when I worked down the pit at Park House. And that all started because of a fire. And fire down the coal mine, which can be as much as 800 yards below the surface of the earth, could mean the death of scores of people. And that's what happened at Cresswell. We never know how that fire started, but one thing we do know is there was a fire and 51 people at Cresswell had to be buried in the Cresswell Cemetery. That's how bad it was. So remember, trust is not just about Parliament. Trust is about what you do in your everyday life. Do you trust the person next to you? If you're doing your exam, do you actually trust who's sat next to you? Do you trust the teachers to tell you the right things? Of course you do. And so when you leave school, you then have to use that word trust in the job that you have. Because believe me, every job means that you have to trust somebody else. And anybody like me that was representative of the trade union has to trust all the people in the union. And when I hear Leo Fretwell talk about getting a new candidate to fight, I trusted him that he was telling the truth. And the net result was that that's why I'm sat here today. Because of what happened in 1967 at the miners' offices at Saltergate, Chesterfield, when a Shirebrook delegate who worked at the Shirebrook pit said those words: we need somebody to represent us so that we can trust him. And it turned out to be me.
Proverbs 3, verses 5 to 6. This scripture tells us that we should place all our trust in a very important person, our Father, God. If we trust in Him and listen to Him, He will make sure we do not go wrong. God will lead us onto the right path as long as we believe and trust in Him. We should remember that God has a plan for all of us, and we should trust that He knows what is best for us and will only send us what He knows we are strong enough to deal with.
To reflect on the word this week, we are going to pray the In God's Hands prayer. You will need a piece of paper, some scissors and a pencil. Fold a piece of paper in half and draw around your hand, making sure that your index finger and thumb are against the fold. Cut the hand out and open it up. You should have made a heart shape with a join of the thumb and finger. We often talk about placing things into God's hands and putting our trust in God. Write the names of or draw the people or worries you want God to take into His hands. Trust in God that He will help with and look after the worries or people you have placed into His hands.
Your mission this week is to place all of your worries into God's hands and trust that He will guide you and look after you as long as you believe in Him.